Good evening, everyone. Hope you've had a good Monday. We have got two products on tap tonight. That would be Luminance Football and Finest Baseball. Before we get started ripping into things, though, there is a little bit of information that we go over just to make sure everybody's on the same page. So we're going to start off with that. Feedback 100% automated. That is done simply so you never have to wait on me. Anytime you leave positive feedback for me, you're going to instantly get it in return. So that's a win-win, and with no waiting. And of course, the second message there is to say thank you. Always appreciate everyone who bids and breaks and chats with me, and anybody that feels inclined to keep me updated on the NBA Finals tonight while we're breaking, well, that would be pretty welcome as well. We are taking a look now at what's coming up over the course of the next few days. So tomorrow night we're going to be at our 9:30 start time. Then the rest of the days forward, we're at 9 Eastern. We're going to experiment, I guess, a little bit with starting at 9 and just kind of see how that goes for a couple weeks and then make a determination from there. So tomorrow night it is Flash Football and Finest Baseball, both by the case. On Wednesday, we have two new releases coming out Wednesday, Noir Basketball and Series 2 Jumbo Baseball. We're going to break both of those by the full case, but please note that for Series 2, the base cards do not ship to the teams. The base cards have their own bidding categories. So teams get all that stuff that comes in the center of a jumbo pack of Series 2. So, there's always little fun things in there. Short prints, super short prints can be autographs, relics, inserts, numbered cards, a variety of things. But all of our base goes to that separate bidding position. On Thursday, it'll be a second case of Noir Basketball, some Luminance Football, and Finest Baseball again. We'll be super busy on Thursday. Friday will find us opening Leaf Autograph Baseball Bats. That's a new product from Leaf, and it comes 3 to a case. We're just going to bust the whole case at once. We're going to do all 3 of them in one break and see how it goes. Also, Series 2 will break again on Friday night, same as before with base cards not shipping to the teams. On Saturday, we'll break the last of our Legacy Football. And in that one, veteran base doesn't go to the teams. Rookie base does go to the teams in Legacy, but veteran base does not. Okay? So that is what you need to know for what's coming up in the days ahead. Here's what you need to know about what we're opening tonight. Luminance Football and Finest Baseball. I believe everybody's going to pull cards of some sort for each team in that. I don't think anybody would get skunked and pull literally not a card. On the remote chance that somebody does have that happen to them, you would still get consolation cards that would ship out with the rest of the break. These are paid shipping breaks tonight, so I'm expecting them to be on the way to you approximately Friday. As always, if I can get something out faster than the date listed, I will happily do so. And if something unexpected happens, it could always fall to a following day. We do have one team in here that is unpaid, and that is the Indianapolis Colts. So does anybody want the Colts in Luminance Football? I know you're getting ready to ask me what the price is, and I don't know, but I'm going to look. So, hang on. I show it as, I can't even read that. $28 was the last bid amount on eBay. But if somebody wants to give the Colts a home, I would like to find one for them. So this is a 12-box case of Luminance Football. It's a full case break. It's our second break of this product. And, of course, everything we're opening tonight ended tonight on eBay Monday night, the 10th of June, NBA Finals night. Team names are on the left-hand side. Our winning bidders across from each team on the right-hand side, except for the Colts, which is unpaid and available. And otherwise, you'll see your name across from it if you are here for Finest Baseball. Finest will begin as soon as we finish Luminance. Luminance is probably going to take us, not an extraordinary amount of time, I really didn't pay attention the first time we opened it as to how long it took, but I'm going to say probably somewhere in the 30 to 40 minute range. So if you happen to be here for Finest, that's the deal. We'll be starting it as soon as we finish Luminance. Now, let's see. Rodney's here. You got the Raiders tonight. All right, Rodney, way to go. And Darren is here. Hi, Darren. Darren, do you want to take the Colts in here tonight then? Did I read that correctly? And it looks like if you don't, that Rodney will. So Darren, just jump in and let me know if you... Oh, Rodney says never mind. He doesn't want them anyway. So Darren, let me know if you want them or not, please. John, yes, Finest will be right after this. And Jay Allen, we will do our best to pull some Royals for you in Finest. And Frank, it was $28 was our bid amount on the Colts. Of course, shipping is thrown in when we sell them in chat. I don't charge additional shipping when you buy it out of chat, if somebody wants that or not. And let's see. So, all right. So Darren said that Rodney, okay. So, but I think Rodney says he doesn't want it now. So does no one want the Indianapolis Colts then? Is that the deal? So if not, then fine, we'll go on and break it and I'll just have to eat it. If someone does want it, speak now or forever hold your peace. So Rodney says he does not, in fact, want it, Darren. So he says his PayPal is tied up. He doesn't want it. So does anybody else interested in the Colts tonight? If you are, make me an offer. Come out and say something, because they're about to be out of play here in a minute. Gotta love these people that bid and don't pay, don't you? They're my favorites. My absolute favorites are the people who like to bid and then not pay. Frank, you said you want them? Or wait a minute. Now Darren wants them. Okay, so Darren, we're back up to you who originally asked for them. So they are yours. And I will type in for you my PayPal email. You might already have it, Darren, but in case you don't, I am typing it in for you right now, my friend. And I'm going to update the spreadsheet to show that they are yours. And let's get that done real quick. Give me 1 second, guys, so I don't forget where this goes later. It'll help me to have it in here. And I will put up that little spreadsheet again real quickly since we haven't opened any boxes yet that will reflect that change. So there you go. So that now shows that Darren is picking up the Indianapolis Colts by way of second chance. That's our unpaid team tonight. So Darren, just let me know when you've got us covered in PayPal, and we'll be good to go. And as always, I appreciate you, man. Taking care of these unpaid teams is always a drag, but you guys are always so awesome to step in and make it less so. John says he's a newbie with us. All right. So you're looking for a little newbie luck, and also wishing everybody else good luck. Well, that's nice. You said, but mostly me. Well, okay. It's the thought that counts, right? All right. So let's see what we can find in here. We got to try to get Josh Jacobs for Rodney. I know, because he has been chasing that. And we hit it last night, and Leaf hit that 1 of 1, and I know that made you sad. So we've got to try to find one for you tonight. So if you haven't done a break of Luminance before now, we are looking for 3 autographs, 1 memorabilia card in here. Some of them will be on-card autographs, our draft day signatures, my personal favorites, but not all are. Starting off with a nice low-numbered Aaron Donald /10. So basically, I forgot to change the focus, didn't I? Ah, see what happened to me? Getting that unpaid team sorted out, and I forgot to do job number 1, didn't I? Now, we don't have all that stupid zooming in and out. That's better. So the Rams with our first numbered hit for tonight to 10 with Aaron Donald. And this is Darrell Henderson coming out for the Rams as well to 349. Was it a 1-of-1 Pharrell last night, Rodney? I thought it was a 1-of-1 Josh Jacobs last night. Am I forgetting what we hit? Probably. I did sort an entirely different group of stuff today, so it's probable that I forgot. This one is numbered to 100. We'll find a fair number of these inserts, various titles. That particular one's called Lightspeed, but a fair number of those with various titles that have that black background, most of which are going to be numbered to 100, just like that one was. Caleb Wilson comes up next to 149 for the Arizona Cardinals. Another Lightspeed, and it makes a liar out of me as soon as I say those are usually numbered. Of course, we see one that isn't. That's always the way it is, isn't it? Numbered to 99. Basically, when we see that, if you can catch it at that angle, it's kind of a royal blue sort of color. When we see that, it's typically going to be numbered to 99. When you see them with the gold, it's to 275. Next up for the Browns, Baker Mayfield relic. We had a sweet little Baker Mayfield autograph out of the first case of this, along with Kyler Murray and Jimmy Garoppolo, and seems like we had something else really good in that first case too. It was quite a barn burner, so see if we can't get it going again. Numbered to 49. Most of the time when you see that little green on there, it will be to 49. Andy Isabella. There is a draft day signature for us. Arizona Cardinals with silver ink. All right, so there is box number 1 in the books. Oh, you hit it in another break. You hit a 1-of-1 Pharrell in another break. Well, awesome. I like that. Darren. Rams, Marsha. I get your Brady Bunch reference. Did you all see, by the way, that HGTV or one of those places bought the house that they used for the Brady Bunch? Well, they only used the exterior of the house. Obviously, the interior of the house was on a soundstage. But they bought that house, and they're remaking it to be the exact replica of the Brady Bunch house. And even though this house that they bought did not have a second floor, somehow, without structurally changing the outside of it, they've managed to make a second floor inside to recreate the Brady Bunch house. It's pretty cool. It's to 275 Kelvin Harmon. Maybe I'm just, easily amused. That's entirely possible. A.J. Brown shows up for the Tennessee Titans, and that is white ink on a draft day signature. Those in general are supposed to fall about every other box, so we expect to find roughly 6 per break. That is to 49 with our green Ed Oliver. Benny Snell Jr., my man Benny Snell. From my alma mater, the University of Kentucky, to my favorite NFL team, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Benny Snell Jr. to 349. Ryan, you want to find Pat Mahomes. All right, we will do our best to find that. And Ryan, you are asking what time Finest is going to start. I mean, it's when we finish this to 275. So, I mean, kind of what I estimated before. I think it will probably be about 40 minutes, but that's give or take 10 minutes in either direction, but somewhere in that neighborhood. Gardner Minshew comes out to 99 for the Jags. Joseph, you need Drew Lock or Philip Lindsay. I'd say we're more likely to pull Drew Lock. It's just my take on it. Numbered to 99 for the Saints. That is Drew Brees. That's to 275. And we have ourselves a Detroit Lions Barry Sanders relic. Gotta love some Barry Sanders, even if you don't have the Lions, I think. All right, onward and upward. Oh, John, I see you answered his question too. You already put that time in there. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Had my back on that. I did not, I'm behind on chat, clearly. Rodney, how far do you have to go on your rainbow for Pharrell? How much of it do you have already? Oh, what have we got? To 275. That was Gronk for the Patriots. You ask for a Drew Lock. How about a draft day on-card autograph for Drew Lock? Yeah. How about that? Gold ink, which is what, guys? 25 or less. They're not numbered, but Panini did release some information about how the ink color correlates to the number produced. And that is Drew Lock in gold, which I believe is the variant that is approximately to 25. So, congratulations on your Drew Lock. To 275, Noah Fant for the Lions. Another Benny Snell Jr. It's a Benny Snell kind of night. And that is to 349 also for my Pittsburgh Steelers. Ryan says I pull a Benny Snell every break. I don't think I pull one every break, but we have pulled him a lot recently. But not out of every break. But we do pull him a fair amount, I guess. It's numbered to 49 for the Vikings. Gardner Minshew coming out a second time. I might be smelling a bad collated case. We'll see. Numbered to 349 for the Jags. Our first case had a few duplicates, but not an extraordinary number. To 99 for the Saints. To 275 for the Rams. Steelers. Big Ben relic. 001 Lukester or 001 Lukester. I did go to the University of Kentucky. I graduated from there. I won't say when because, well, I've already told you how old I am talking about the Brady Bunch house, but why make it worse by giving you the date I graduated? But yeah, I did go to UK, as a matter of fact. Oh, you were there during the Air Raid Tim Couch era. Nice. Nice. Tim Couch was that was a good time to be at UK when we actually weren't losing every game. But we're getting good again now. Getting there. And by the way, if anybody is double dipping tonight, and by that I mean watching this while watching, I don't know, maybe the NBA Finals, feel free to give me some updates on the score. My Cincinnati Reds aren't playing tonight, so I can turn my attention to the finals. To 275, Marcus Mariota. And a draft day autograph for the Patriots, Damian Harris. Man, you can barely see that. It's in silver. I think is like he should have signed it down in the grass or something. It would have shown up a little better, but anyway. If you're Patriots, you're glad to have it, I'm sure. So, to 275 for the Panthers. Byron Murphy, Arizona Cardinals. Byron is to 349. Oh, 001 Lukester. I'm your new favorite because I went to UK as well. Well, hey, that works for me, man. I was afraid you were going to be hating on me when I said it. It's Julio Jones to 100 for the Falcons. Because, you know, sometimes people kind of hate on my University of Kentucky Wildcats, so that could kind of go either way, you know. Hakeem Butler comes out next. Hakeem is numbered to 99. That is an Arizona Cardinal. Or rather he. It's not that. It's that card, I guess, but I meant he. Numbered to 99 for the 49ers. That was George Kittle. That's to 275 for the Packers. Saquon Barkley comes out for the Giants. I think it's a relic. It is. It's still pretty cool, though. It's numbered to 99. Now, in the last case of this, we found, I think it was 3 different multicolored relics that were numbered fairly low. Someone else had told me those were usually only coming out like once per case, but we hit 3 out of the last case, so I don't know if that's going to be the norm or not, but I guess we'll be able to gauge better after we open this one. Oh, Rodney, you have noticed that if Damian Harris comes out, Josh Jacobs usually doesn't. That's interesting. Because, I mean, I realize they're both running backs, but you wouldn't think one of those guys would cancel out the other. It's not like they went 1-2 or anything even remotely like that. To 275 for the Texans. Boo. Points. That means one of our hits got replaced, and we will give those points out using random.org at the end of the break. It's another gold one to 275 for the Kansas City Chiefs. Our hit is Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders to 349. I have a hard time remembering where that kid goes. Bear with me, though, because I have it written down. The Eagles. Eagles. I at least, know enough to write down the ones I'm not going to remember. Which, oddly enough, probably makes it easier for me to forget because I know I can look it up. To 49, Josh Jacobs. With the Raiders, Antoine Wesley. Undrafted free agent associated with the Ravens. So it goes to the Ravens. To 349. So yeah, that's how that works. I don't know if I mentioned that before or not, but that is how we handle those. To 99, Patriots. To 275, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And, well, this is not Pat Mahomes, but we do have at least a little Dante Pettis here for the 49ers with a relic numbered to 99. So yeah, our rookies, guys, in this product, as you see, they're in their collegiate uniform. So if they were drafted, they go to the team that drafted them. If they were undrafted and they have since been associated with a team, whether it's a mini camp deal or a rookie camp deal, or frankly, even a mini camp invite at this point, we would send it to the team they are either currently or most recently associated with. That way we don't have to leave anything hanging out there with no home. 1913 Golden State, 7 minutes into the first quarter. Did they start Kevin Durant tonight? I know they were talking about playing him, but I didn't know if they were starting him. Drew Brees to 275. Will Greer. Draft day, Panthers. Ooh, green ink. Green ink is like super rare, I think. I can't remember all the numbers that go with each of the ink colors, but the green, I think, is one of the rarer inks. So Panthers and Will Greer, that's a nice little hit for you. To 275, that was the Packers. Gary Jennings Jr. is a Seattle Seahawk. To 349. Joseph wants to see a dual autograph of Drew Lock and Daniel Jones. And you said the last time you saw a points card, there was a single pack that had 3 autographs in it. We had a points card in the first break That's to 100 for the Saints. I don't remember having 3 autographs in, I mean, they all have 3 autographs in one memorabilia card in the box, but I don't remember pulling a pack that had 3 autographs in it, but we did have a points card in our last break. Jonathan Abram to 149. That is the Raiders. I mean, honestly, it used to be, that's to 99 to 275. And the Ravens have our relic. It's Ray Lewis. It used to be with Panini, and still, I think, is to a certain extent, that when they replace a hit, it usually, not always, but usually will mean that you're going to get kind of a decent hit somewhere in the case, and they kind of offset the fact that they give you a higher profile, higher value hit by giving you the points card. So we'll see if that holds true tonight or not. Durant is on the court. Okay. All right. Ryan says the green autograph we saw a moment ago on Will Greer, that the green is to 5. And then Rodney says blue is to 5. So now I'm not sure which one of those is right. Blue is 5 or less. Gold 25 or less. Okay, so what's the green then? Do we know the green? I can't remember it. It's somewhere on that Panini website. It's to 275, Michael Thomas and the Saints. And it would not be a case without finding a lion. Find a lot of lions in here. Kerryon Johnson to 199 is this one. Find a lot of current roster lions in this product for some reason. Not that that's a bad thing. Numbered to 25. There's a Josh Jacobs for you. It's your second numbered Josh Jacobs, but being to 25 helps you out a little bit. Ryan Finley comes out for the Bengals to 299. Numbered to 100, Baker Mayfield and Emmanuel Hall. Hard time remembering Emmanuel Hall. I believe that he is a Bear. It's to 349. But let's look it up so that I'm not guessing. I think it's a Bear, but I wouldn't swear to it. Yes, undrafted free agent Bears. So green doesn't give us any number. It just says short print. Okay. All right. Oh, yeah, Rodney, for sure. I knew that we hit it. I just didn't know what it was numbered to. So that's why I was trying to find out, since we did hit it. To 99, Matt Ryan and the Falcons. To 275, the Redskins. Pittsburgh Steelers, James Conner, relic. To 99. I wonder why they wouldn't give a number to green if they give a number to everything else, because frankly we've seen less. I've seen more gold than I've seen green, and gold is 25 or less, and we had a handful of those, 2 or 3 anyway. In the first case, we've already hit one tonight, but that's the only green one that I've seen. So interesting. Now they've got Durant on the bench with his leg wrapped. Oh boy. Well, you all know I kind of want, well, I don't kind of want, I do want the Raptors to win. I do. Not because I have anything against the Warriors. I don't. And of course, you know, Boogie Cousins is on there, and I would love for Boogie to do well and everything like that. But I'm just ready to see somebody else win. And so I'm okay with the underdog winning. Raiders to 275, Derek Carr. Jordan Reed, Redskins, numbered to 25. So I would myself like to kind of see Toronto win the whole thing. And I kind of like Kawhi Leonard too. That's numbered to 275 for the Saints. And this is a nice one. TJ Hawkinson, Lions. To 349. To 275, that's the Browns. And here comes Alex Barnes. Alex Barnes, I believe, was UDFA, but he's a Titan, at any rate, to 349. I always try to remember which ones are the UDFAs, because they're the ones likely to move around soon. Numbered to 99, Kyler Murray and the Cardinals. Numbered to 49, Larry Fitzgerald and the Cardinals. And a relic for the Rams, Cooper Kupp. So, yeah, we'll see how training camp shakes out for everybody, because there'll definitely be some people changing teams and hitting the bricks and all that. It happens every year. About the time I get them all memorized. They start moving around. I have to memorize them all over again. Our UDFAs, I mean. But also, doesn't seem like we've had as many products this year where they're in their collegiate uniforms, because our next football from Panini is Elite at the end of the month. And Elite is traditionally the first product where you see them in their NBA uniforms. I would assume that's going to be the case again this year. To 275, Lattimore for the Saints. Hey, you asked for Philip Lindsay? Well, how about if we just deliver on it? You asked for Drew Lock, we found you that. You asked for Philip Lindsay, and we found you that. Numbered to 99. So the mojo's working for you tonight if you've got the Broncos. The mojo is flowing in your favor, to say the least. Numbered to 49, the Dolphins. And here comes Miles Sanders again. And I looked him up a minute ago, and how did I already... See, didn't I tell you that it would work to my detriment that I'd written it down because I wouldn't remember it? It's to 149. And Eagles. Got to remember that. Miles Sanders is an Eagle. All right, 275. That was the Cardinals and Byron Murphy. Here comes Emmanuel Hall. We've seen him before, too. Chicago Bears to 149. Kelvin Harmon to 49 for the Redskins. To 249, Bradley Chubb and the Broncos. We have a relic for the Lions, Kerryon Johnson. Oh, Darren's like, oh, man. I'm paraphrasing, but basically he's saying he's so glad he took the Colts in second chance because they're just not doing well. I like your notation there, cue the Price is Right trombone. when you lose on the Price is Right. Yeah, if I could make that sound, I would, but I can't. I can't remember. I mean, I know it. I can hear it in my head, but I don't think I could recreate it. It's like, wah, wah, wah. But not exactly that. But we got ways to go yet, right? Maybe we can find you a Colt in here. We'll try really hard. Trying very hard, too. Yeah, some of you guys are talking about the autograph that they have. Some of these players have a hard time signing within the confines of the sticker. You're not incorrect about that. Some of them do, for sure, roll off of there. And John, you did not miss Topps Finest. It will be right after we finish this product. It's to 275 for the Chargers. And we have an autograph for Brian Burns. Brian Burns is another one I never, ever remember. Panthers to 349. I don't know why certain guys, I just have the hardest time retaining it. Number to 100, that is a Lightspeed insert for the Saints. Jalen Ferguson heads out to the Ravens to 149. And this one, of course, numbered to 99 for the Lions. Numbered to 275 for the Cowboys with Amari Cooper. Our relic is a Ram, and it's a throwback Ram. Kurt Warner. Kurt Warner. Oh, 2-color. Is it numbered? It should be. Yeah, to 49. Yeah, got a little seam in there, so we managed to work our way into a second color and barely eke it out of there. Number to 49, that is for the 49ers. George Kittle again. Here comes Hollywood Brown. Hollywood Brown is headed to the Ravens, numbered to 199. It's Antonio's cousin. Of course, Antonio is long gone from my Pittsburgh Steelers. He's an Oakland Raider now. Yeah, Rodney, see, I'm with you. I'm thinking we should find a Paris Campbell in here. He is definitely in here for the Colts, and we got to try to conjure him up there, right? Well, Joseph, that 2-color one that you saw a minute ago, someone said in our first break of it, they had watched a lot of breaks and they had been seeing only one of those come out per case. But in our first case, we found 3 of those that were dual color relics. So I was kind of hoping that the ones that only had one were the anomaly, but it seems like maybe our last case might have been the anomaly. That's to 275, DK Metcalf and the Seahawks. And we have Darius Slayton for the Giants. That is not one I pull very often. That is in silver. Little draft day silver ink for New York. I saw another points card too, so we're going to have another hit replaced momentarily. To 275, that's the Buccaneers. I see it's right there. You can see the edge of it. David Sills comes out for the Buffalo Bills, numbered to 99. It's to 275 for the Giants. Our other points card, they hosed us on another hit becoming points cards. Yeah, Joseph, that last case, you're saying it was a hot case. You're not kidding. Do you know what all we pulled out of there? I mean, we pulled Kyler Murray, Jimmy Garoppolo. These are autographs. Baker Mayfield, redemption autograph. And there were a couple of others that were equally nice within that kind of value range. Number to 99, TJ Hawkinson and the Lions. Number to 49, the Steelers and Benny Snell Jr. A relic for the Raiders, Antonio Brown. So you know that relic's going to be when he was a Steeler. Of course, they can get by with it, right? Because it's black. So, you know, what are you going to do? You can't prove he didn't wear it in a Raiders uniform, but I bet he wore it when he was a Steeler. And they're just cutting up what's left of those uniforms going, here, give us all the black. Give us all the black. All right, so this is last box mojo time. So you know what that means. That's right. We've got to focus, get all of our mojo collectively flowing here, and hope that we find ourselves a fabulous hit or 2 or 3 or 4 in this last box of this case. After we finish that, we will take care of giving out our 2 Panini Rewards points. At the conclusion of that, we will recap our autographed hits. It's numbered to 275. Marquise Goodwin, making an appearance for the San Francisco 49ers, numbered to 75. After we recap, then we'll be starting on Finest Baseball. So for those of you waiting on Finest, you're maybe, I don't know, 6-7 minutes away, something like that. To 275 for the Packers. Jarrett Stidham. That could be a useful hit. Patriots. To 149, depending on what they do with the young man. If they groom him up. To 100, DeAndre Hopkins. And Karen Higdon. Man, I can't ever remember where this guy goes. Higdon is to 349. He goes to, if we had a drum roll, I would do it. Undrafted free agent to the Texans. Higdon to the Texans. That is numbered to 99 for the Jets. And, ooh, pink. We like pink because it's numbered to 5. Larry Fitzgerald for the Arizona Cardinals to 5. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. John Lynch, traveling back in time a little bit there for Tampa Bay. All right, there it is. That's the last of what we have live in this case, but as I said, we have a little housekeeping to do. Our points to give away, then our recap to get rolling here. So bear with me for a second while I get everything else set up over here in the sorting mat off to my right. And then now we'll be ready to go. So here's how this works. I'm bringing you along with here. And basically, I'm just going to copy all of the teams from the spreadsheet. Then we're going to roll ourselves over to random.org. And I'm going to go get us on. All right, now I'm on the right page. Let me get you on the right page. There we go. And I'm going to drop them all in here by just simply pasting them in here. I'll scroll down through it if I can hit the right thing. And so you can see all the teams were copied and pasted as they should be. And since we have more than 9 items in our list, we're only going to hit random one time. And whoever ends up in the number 1 position is going to get the 400 points card. Whoever ends up in the number 2 position will get the 250 points card. So good luck, everybody. So 400 points is going to the 49ers. I'm labeling these. The 250 points is going to the Bengals. All right. Fabulous. Let me switch your view back to my view. Now we can recap. Durant is back in the game, just hit a long 3. So you said that's better than any Colts hits you could get. Well, all right then, my man. I'm glad that at least that worked out for you. I'm glad that it did. So Cincinnati Bengals getting the 250 rewards points. The 49ers taking home the 400 rewards points that we found. And then recapping the rest of this. So that's Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And then Higdon was the Texans. Stidham for the Patriots. That's the 49ers. That still can't get over that. Antonio Brown as a Raider. David Sills for the Bills. This is Darius Slayton. He's a New York Giant. Marquise Brown, a Raven. That is the Rams and Kurt Warner. Jalen Ferguson, a Raven. Brian Burns. Why can't I remember you, Brian Burns? A Panther. A Lion with Kerryon Johnson. Emmanuel Hall, the Bears. Miles Sanders, who I look up every single time I see him, is an Eagle. Eagle, 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 Eagle. Gosh, I've got to remember that. What is wrong with me? Philip Lindsay, Broncos. The Rams, Cooper Kupp. Alex Barnes is a Titan. TJ Hawkinson for the Lions. That's the Redskins and Jordan Reed. James Conner for the Steelers. Emmanuel Hall for the Bears. Ryan Finley for the Bengals. Next in line here, Kerryon Johnson for the Lions. That is Ray Lewis for the Ravens. Jonathan Abram is the Raiders. Gary Jennings Jr. Seahawks. Will Greer in our little green ink there for the Panthers. That's /99. Dante Pettis and the 49ers. Antoine Wesley is UDFA Ravens. And Miles Sanders, am I going to get it right this time? Eagles. Did I finally remember it? I might have. /99, Saquon Barkley and the Giants. Akeem Butler for the Cardinals. Byron Murphy for the Cardinals. And Damian Harris, you can barely see that autograph. You can a little better at that angle, is for the Patriots. Big Ben Relic for the Steelers. Gardner Minshew is the Jags. Benny Snell is the Steelers. Drew Lock, you can barely see that one too, but that's on there in gold ink for the Broncos. And that is Barry Sanders Relic for the Lions. Gardner Minshew again for the Jags. Benny Snell again for the Steelers. A.J. Brown, the Titans. Andy Isabella is the Cardinals. Baker Mayfield for the Browns. Caleb Wilson for the Cardinals. And Darrell Henderson for the Rams. All right, so that's in the books. We are headed into Finest Baseball. I didn't hit my time exactly right, but I think I did say give or take 10 minutes, but it's more like the take 10 minutes because we're a little over my estimate by 5 or 6 minutes, I think, of when we'd started, but not too bad overall. Give me 1 second here to get the spreadsheet set back up, and we'll switch over and take another look at that because I know some of you didn't see it the first time you jumped in after the fact. So once again, expecting a shipping date of approximately Friday for what we're opening tonight. If I can get it out faster than Friday, I certainly will do so. If something unexpected happens, it could slide to Saturday. I hope that it doesn't, but hey, life happens occasionally. But we're going to plan on Friday and hope for sooner. That's usually how we look at it anyway. If for some reason you get skunked in the break and you do not pull a single card of any sort for your team, you will get consolation cards in the mail and it will ship out with the rest of the break. This is a case of 2019 Topps Finest Baseball coming up. It is case break number 2. There are 8 boxes in the case, and this also ended tonight on eBay Monday night, the 10th of June. Same format that I know you love by now. Team names on one side. Your name is up in lights across from your team on the opposite side. One team in here didn't sell. That's the Miami Marlins. You'll see it is noted there as no bids buyback, which just simply means any Marlins cards that come out, well, they got to hang out here with me because no one gave them a forever home tonight. So, I know, right? Oh, I just about knocked the camera up, tripod over. Ooh, yeah, see? I get all crazy sliding these cases around on there occasionally. And I have been known to, unfortunately, hit that tripod at times and send it flying. And then it's like Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, you know. You can get motion sickness on your side, probably. I try not to do that, but it does happen every once in a while. All right, so Finest. We spend as much time just getting the stuff out of the package as we do looking at the cards. This is another one of those releases where they love to do mini boxes. Makes me crazy, but that's how they do it. So what we're going to do is take all of our mini boxes out first so that those master boxes are off the table and the mini boxes are out, and then we'll start opening our mini boxes one at a time after that, or 2 at a time, however we do it. But anyway, so basically it's this. The master box has 2 autographs in it, which is really just a fancy way of saying there's one in each mini box. So we are looking for, of course, a total of 16 autograph hits by the time we're all said and done with this. And there'll be all kinds of numbered things and inserts and other stuff we'll find as we go along, which we'll talk about as we go through them. But as I said, we spend as much time getting everything out of the flipping packaging as we do doing anything else. Because even after we get through this, we still have to open all the packs. They like to make us work for it over at Topps, don't they? Yeah, they're not going to give us anything easy. We got to work for it all. That's all right, though. Well, I shouldn't say that. Series 2 is easy if you buy the jumbo, because all the hits are right in the middle. So that is actually easy. Rockies and Cubbies are knotted up at 4 apiece. All right. I saw a few of the highlights of the Pirates-Braves game, and that's about the only baseball I saw tonight, was a few little highlights from that. And of course, I had wanted to watch the Subway Series, and it got, they got rained out, Mets-Yankees, and so they're going to play a doubleheader tomorrow. I think the early game is at 1 something, and then of course the evening game in that one. And then tomorrow is also the start of the battle in Ohio between the Indians and the Reds. So we start a new series with them up in Cleveland on Tuesday as well. So John, we will try to find you some, as you say, nasty Rockies cards in here. And Richard and John are wishing everybody good luck. And John is asking if everything ships in this. Guys, as long as the description doesn't tell you otherwise, then yes. So some of my breaks, the base doesn't ship, and it will always say that in the description. If you look down in that part where it tells you, it's in like gigantic letters to make it kind of stand out, but the part that tells you the quantity of the product and the product title and the date and time of the break and all that, whenever there's something that's out of the ordinary, like if base doesn't ship, or something has a separate bidding category, like if redemptions had their own bidding category or whatever, it would always be like right in that area. So if we were to ever have a situation like that, and sometimes we do, it will always tell you in there. But in this one, it's all headed your way. So this is just an insert of blue chips. We're going to find a bunch of those. For the most part, they aren't numbered. Occasionally, we might find one that is. Refractors, we'll find plenty of just base refractors. Obviously, they're not numbered unless I call out the number and let you know. That was Haniger for the Mariners. But I imagine pretty much everybody knows how this product works. It's been around for years. But, just in case, every once in a while you got somebody new to the party, so to speak. Chris Bryant for the Cubbies. And our first color out is a handsome orange color. Alex Bregman and the Astros, numbered to 25. Oh, you haven't done any of it yet, John. Okay, cool. Well, yeah, it's... the design this year is not... I like some years better than others. I love the product as a whole, but definitely there's some years I prefer one design over another. This isn't my total favorite design, but it's still, it's still a great product. Francisco Arcia is our autograph hit out of that mini box for the Angels. So Angels drawing first blood tonight. Oh, John, you can call me, most people call me Flea in here because my eBay username is Fleaburger, so most people call me Flea in here. Some people call me Leader because it's Leader of the Pack Breaks is the YouTube channel name, but you know what? Either one's fine. I kind of answer to anything, really. Oh, man. John Thomas just updated us. Kevin Durant's out of the game, has injured his same leg. See, you knew they were running that risk, and he wasn't really ready to come back. Salvador Perez and the Royals. But at the same time, you lose tonight. It does you no good if he comes back later, so I see why they risked it, but you got to wonder if that's going to mess him up long term. Prized Performers, that is another insert series that we'll see quite a bit of, but again, they're not numbered unless I call it out and let you know otherwise. Mike Trout with some purple, numbered to 250 for the Angels. So, John, you kind of agree with me. This isn't your favorite card design year either. Yeah, not really mine either. I mean, I, for the most part, I like Finest as a product. Josh Bell Refractor. But for the most part, I don't love this year's card design. So, I'll agree with you on that. Well, we got a little more orange. I do like that. This one's got some ink attached. So numbered to 25, we have Brad Keller and the Kansas City Royals with some sweet little low-numbered hits there. For Kansas City. Mama likes orange. John says you're on board with a base card. Well, we're going to try to find you more than that, my friend. We're going to try. Oh, you said there's not a lot of options for your Rockies in here. Well, that doesn't matter. All it takes is one. Only got to have one. So as long as you have a chance, it could come out of here just as easily as not. Marcus Stroman, Blue Jays. Word is the Cubbies might be chasing, or I think it was the Cubs I heard that might be chasing after Marcus Stroman, should he become available. Corbin Burns, Milwaukee Brewers. And more color. Oh, this is going to be a good case for color. Bryce Wilson, numbered to 50 for the Atlanta Braves. Gold parallel. Nice for the Braves. And I like the way this case is trending at the moment. Well, you say the design is kind of blah. I mean, the design in Finest, to me, is never like the most, it's never the fanciest, most futuristic kind of design. It's always somewhat of a basic design in Finest. But what I don't like about it this year, I don't like kind of the swirly, circly stuff in the background. That's sort of my problem. I'm not a fan of whatever that is supposed to represent. I don't know, don't care for it. But I still like the card set. Christian Stewart, Tigers. And generally, we have pretty good luck pulling our rookies out of Finest. I mean, we certainly did with Shohei last year, with Aaron Judge the year before. I mean, we have pretty good luck with them. Altuve and the Astros, and some more purple to 250 with Tatis. Padres. So there are definitely things to like about it. Corbin Burns for the Milwaukee Brewers. Our autograph out of that mini box. Mr. Acuna hit a grand slam earlier tonight against the Pirates. That's one of the things I saw on the little highlight reel. And apparently, I missed this. I didn't see it happen live because the game's not aired in my market. But when I put on the MLB Network, the talking heads were discussing it. Apparently, earlier in that game, and by earlier, I mean like somewhere in maybe the first inning or something, the umpire threw Charlie Morton out for hitting someone. So, like, their starting pitcher doesn't even make it through the first inning and gets ejected. And so I think that game's kind of going to be a hot mess there anyway for the Pirates. To 250 for the Cubbies, Rizzo. Because, I mean, that's going to mess up your bullpen and a bunch of repercussions from that. Mookie Betts and the Red Sox, refractor. And from what the talking head said, again, I didn't see it, but from what they said, the ball kind of just grazed his shirt, and it wasn't like done with malicious intent, I guess they thought anyway. Chris Davis for the Orioles, but the umpire clearly had a different view of it and tossed him. How about that for some cracking down there? Michael Kopech for the White Sox. All right, that many boxes in the books. Blackman, Helton, Arenado, and Story are the Rockies hits in here. Okay. But Brandon says he thinks Helton might be the only autograph. Even if Blackman and Arenado and Story are in here, he thinks Helton is the only autograph. So, yeah, for those of you who might not be aware of this, you can go to some websites that will tell you kind of what's what in a product. In other words, they will take the checklist that Topps produces or Panini produces, and they will break it down by teams to let you know who's in there as autograph hits and what they're numbered to and all that. Matt Olson to 250 for the Oakland A's, purple. The one that I generally recommend is called Group Break Checklists with an S on the end of it. So groupbreakchecklists.com. That's so hard to say. Matt Olson refractor for the A's. And one of our case hits. So our finest career this year honors Mariano Rivera for the Yankees. And we usually find a couple of die-cut designs in here for our case hit. There are typically a handful of different designs you can pull in a given year. So somewhere around 8 in the past, I think it is. So hopefully we'll pull a couple of variations. They won't both be the same. Barucki for the Blue Jays. Brandon Lowe is our autograph for the Tampa Bay Rays. Somebody was chasing that last night. Yeah, Break Ninja. John, I have used Break Ninja before as well. I mean, there are a bunch of them that do it. I just, in my personal experience, I have found Group Break checklists to usually get them up pretty quickly, and they don't seem to make as many errors. Not that any of them make a ton of errors, but some of them do make errors when they're transcribing it or whatever they're doing with it. And that's the reason that in a break, if we ever go to the checklist, we always use the Panini website or the Topps website, as the case may be. We never use one of those aggregate sites because they can have mistakes. But that having been said, if you're just trying to round up for yourself, like what's your potential to hit for your team in any given product, any of those kind of websites are pretty good resources for it. And most of the time, they get it done pretty quickly. Because usually, both Topps and Panini will have a checklist up a few days before a product comes out, and it gives websites like that a chance to get it done. There's a Nolan Arenado refractor for the Rockies. Willie Adames, nice for the Rays, refractor. And some blue makes an appearance. Jose Ramirez to 150 for the Cleveland Indians. Ryan O'Hearn and the Kansas City Royals. Is that the second hit in here for the Royals? I think it is. We had that Brad Keller, didn't we, earlier? I think we did. So Royals are kind of doing all right. John says, may not be doing many breaks this season. Your team is crap for cards. Well, you know what? It always depends on the product. Like anything else, some products are going to be better, kinder to you than others. And it also depends on what you're after. So if you're strictly somebody who likes to chase rookies, and your team doesn't have a lot of strong rookies at this point in the season, then yeah, it might be a rough year. But if you like prospecting, you can always find stuff in Bowman. I personally love prospecting. It's my favorite part of baseball card collecting. Cano for the Mets, refractor. So Bowman is always a good go-to for me anyway, because I like to prospect. And then there are products where you can get your current players, but some of the high-end products that are known to have a lot of veteran and current players, Hall of Famers and such. That was Javi Baez for the Cubs, refractor. And this man, there's a nice hit. This kid is on fire for the Mets. Pete Alonso, it's numbered to 150, and the kid's just been great. I mean, he has really been taking care of business for the Mets over there on first base. I mean, like, I think better than even they expected him to be, frankly. John, you said you haven't seen anything veteran-wise yet this year. We did, what did we just do, guys? Was it Dynasty? No, wasn't that? What did we just break? Like, high end that we just broke last week. That was, you know, the Mike Trouts of the world. And the Bryce Harpers. Was it Dynasty? I can't even think what it was. Seems like the wrong time of year for that, though. What in the heck was it? Well, anyway, whatever it was, that came out really recently. And, of course, it was loaded with veteran hits in it. And anytime you get Panini stuff, if you collect Panini, some people do, some people don't. They tend to pepper in a few more veterans sometimes than tops. Brandon Crawford for the Giants, refractor. Pete Alonso again to 99. Not autographed on this one, but still nice. Yeah, I like Bowman Draft as well, but regular Bowman and Bowman Chrome are almost my favorites over Bowman Draft even. J.D. Martinez for the Red Sox. Ryan O'Hearn, Kansas City Royals are burning it up tonight out of this case. That's still 150 for KC. And, of course, the thing about Bowman Draft, this happened to me a couple of years ago when Hunter Green went number 2 overall to the Reds. Bowman Draft, you know, doesn't include autographs for the number 2 drafted player in Bowman Draft. They hold back whoever that player is, and they don't make their first appearance until regular Bowman, which comes out in spring every year. So that's probably part of the reason I'm also a little more biased towards regular Bowman, because Hunter Green got caught up in that little scenario for me a couple years ago. And, of course, we've still got plenty of Bowman to open, Bowman Jumbo. Javi Baez blue to 150 for the Cubbies. Chicago. And this year we'll get Bowman Sterling added to the list as well. Trevor Story refractor for the Rockies, because they're bringing it back. It's been retail only for a few years. It's coming back hobby. They moved the date, though, so not until, I think, like August now. Jose Berrios, Twins, refractor. Our autograph is for the Braves. It's Tukey. So Braves with a couple of hits in here. Well, John, I think your Rockies are probably a lot like the Reds are for me. Like, it is hard for me to find Reds in most products, except, again, the high-end products. I might be more likely to find either Joey Votto or some retired Reds, you know, like Johnny Bench or some of those kinds of guys come out of the higher-end stuff. But otherwise, my best bet for the Reds is usually Bowman. Now, eventually, we'll get there. So, Rodney, you only like the big products from Panini in baseball. So you don't like, for instance, Dynasty or whatever it was that we just opened. Was it Dynasty? Why am I having a hard time remembering what we just opened? And like luminance and those kind of high-end Topps products are not what you like. You like the Panini ones instead? That is Stanton /50, little gold action for the Yankees. Word is that he might be back here in a week or so, and maybe Aaron Judge shortly behind him. Walker Buehler, Dodgers, refractor. /99, Jose Berrios and the Twins. And we got a little bit left. I'm still looking for our autograph too. Michael Kopech, White Sox, refractor. The autograph, Bryce Wilson. Dang, man, Braves are crushing it again tonight. That one numbered /99, the green parallel. Oh, John, you like 5-star NT and flawless? 5-star, I just saw the pre-order for maybe last week or within the last couple of weeks anyway. So that probably means we're anywhere from 4 to 6 months from that actually hitting the streets. Topps pre-orders typically pretty early, the window. But they have moved some things around on the calendar this year. Some products that used to be later in the season or earlier in the season this year, and they are moving things around a little bit. Yeah, it was Dynasty. Okay, see, I kept thinking it was Dynasty, but then the time frame seemed wrong to me about it being Dynasty, so then I got myself confused thinking, no, that can't be it. But it was. Juan Soto, refractor for the Nationals. Yeah, so see, I like the really high-end top stuff because you get some awesome hits out of it. Will Myers and the Padres refractor. And we have a blue /150 for the Toronto Blue Jays with Ryan Barucki. So I know you probably would rather have Vlad Guerrero Jr., but at least you're not going home empty-handed. All right. Oh, Nathan Robb, you would be surprised how well some of this stuff grades. We had several cards grade out with perfect 10 surface grades. So I don't think we've got anything to worry about there. Kyle Tucker comes out numbered /50 for the Houston Astros. And there's Gleyber Torres for the New York Yankees. Steve Carlton, nice little throwback hit right there. Really nice. I love Steve Carlton for the St. Louis Cardinals. So that is a very cool hit if you have St. Louis. We still have, I'll move one of my color there in the wrong stack. We should still find another Rivera in here, die cut, finest career. So we should have another one of those still coming along our way. And we've got our last two mini boxes sitting back there waiting for us as well. So we can just kind of roll on with it. You want a Helton Superfractor. All right. Well, that is a very specific Mojo request that we are going to try our best to take care of for you. Dansby Swanson refractor for the Braves. Paul DeYoung, Cardinals. And we have a green wave. It's our first wave of the night. It's going to be numbered to 99 for the White Sox with Michael Kopech. Next to last, coming up here. There's Billy Hamilton, Kansas City Royals. And a Corey Kluber for the Indians, followed by a purple Trevor Story. So at least we got some color for you. How about that? So Trevor Story to 250 at least. Hey, we got something beyond just base for your Rockies anyway. There is another nice hit. This is Jake Bauers. His autographs are in here for the Rays, as you can see. So that's headed to the Tampa Bay Rays. He does have, I believe, his base cards in here, if I recall correctly, are the current team of the Indians. And that happens with Topps. You guys have seen it happen if you've done much with Topps over the years. That happens quite often. They've already had the autograph cards printed and signed when somebody gets traded. So the autographs will be from a former team and the other cards in the set will be from a current team. So, of course, it's always going to go to the team that you see on the card itself. And that Jake Bauers, of course, says Tampa Bay Rays on it. So that's where it's going to head. There's Lucas Giolito to 150, blue for the White Sox. Jose Abreu for the White Sox. Here's our other die-cut Rivera, finest careers for the New York Yankees. So our second case hit held out until the final box here. Oh, you've never pulled a Superfractor? Ah, they're a lot of fun when you do pull them. And they're so nice looking, too. There's Eloy for the White Sox with a refractor. And our last autograph out is the Yankees, Justice Sheffield. That's another example. Of course, he's been traded away as well. Currently a Mariner, but it says Yankees on that card when he signed it. So that's where that's headed. And let's recap what we have here for Finest tonight before we finish up. So these are our numbered cards that do not have autographs attached. So the blue is always going to be to 150. The purple is to 250. The gold are to 50. The green are to 99. So gives you a little rundown. We've got an orange that we'll get to momentarily. And our orange, of course, our sweet, sweet little orange, those are to 25. That is Alex Bregman and the Astros on it. Our case hits, our finest career honoree this year is Mariano Rivera for the Yankees. So there's your first one, and here's your second case hit die cut for Rivera. And our autograph hits, Justice Sheffield for the Yankees, Jake Bauers for the Rays. That is Michael Kopech, green wave to 99 for the White Sox. Steve Carlton, St. Louis Cardinals. Ryan Barucki, blue to 150 for the Blue Jays. The Braves and Bryce Wilson to 99. The Braves hit Tukey. That is unnumbered, but it is a refractor. Ryan O'Hearn to 150, Kansas City Royals. Pete Alonso to 150 for the Mets. Ryan O'Hearn refractor autograph unnumbered for the Royals. Brandon Lowe, Tampa Bay Rays, refractor unnumbered. Michael Kopech, White Sox, refractor unnumbered. Corbin Burns, Milwaukee Brewers, same as, not numbered. There is your Bryce Wilson that is numbered. It is to 50, gold parallel for the Braves. Brad Keller in the orange parallel to 25 for the Kansas City Royals. And Francisco Arcia for the Angels with a refractor unnumbered. All right, so that is the break, and that's the recap. I will put up spreadsheet info here one final time. For those of you who might have missed it earlier, we will revisit the date that this is expected to ship and also take a look at what we're going to be breaking in the days ahead. So once again, I'm expecting this to be on the way to you approximately Friday. I may be able to get it out the door to you faster than that, and if I can, I will happily do so. Don't think anybody in here is going to be in this position of not having pulled any cards at all, but if that did happen to you and you didn't pull any cards, not a base card, not one thing, you would still get a package in the mail with consolation cards in it. I don't really expect that to be the case here, but you never know until you sort it. And then taking a look at what we're breaking in the days ahead. Tomorrow night is our only 9:30 start time for the next 5 days anyway. Tomorrow night is Flash Football and Finest Baseball again. On Wednesday, we have Noir Basketball coming out and Series 2 coming out. So we'll open Series 2 as a jumbo full case, but the base cards have their own bidding position in there. Base cards do not ship to the teams in that break. What does ship to the teams is all the stuff in the middle of those jumbo packs, and you'll know it when you see it. On Thursday night, Noir Basketball, Luminance Football, and Finest Baseball again. On Friday, Leaf has a new product, autographed baseball bats. We're going to break a 3-box case of autographed baseball bats and another case of Series 2 Jumbo Baseball. On Saturday, we'll break the last of our Legacy Football, and Veteran Base doesn't go to the teams there. Rookie Base does, but Veteran Base does not in Legacy. So that, I think, has got us locked and loaded for tonight. As always, thank you for being here. I appreciate you very much. And if I don't see you again tomorrow night, I hope I will see you again soon. In the meantime, have a great week ahead, and we'll be back at it tomorrow night. All right, bye now.